Hey, I'm Mike.
Hey, I'm Chris.
This is Mike and Chris Reloaded. As you can hear, this week is more apocalypse.
Yep, and starting with me because I'm sick.
Yeah, he's got the man flu.
Yes, I do.
He Googled all of his symptoms.
I did. Apparently, I've got the Ebola slash man flu slash bird flu slash swine flu slash one of those flus out there.
And I'm in full biohazard gear,
Yes, Mike is hazmat prepared.
so we're good to go.
So excuse my nasaliness here, but I'm pressing on.
So last time we covered man-made disasters. We figured this week we would cover natural disasters.
Yes, where man-made can actually be prevented, natural ones not so much.
Yeah, there ain't shit we're gonna be able to do about these, and
Yes,
they're pretty scary.
very very scary actually. To the fact that these could happen pretty much any time.
Yeah, I honestly, to be swear to God, I didn't sleep last night. I didn't. I was up till like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I had myself terrified that the world was going to end. Of course, I have anxiety if nobody knows who I am, so or anything about me. So I have anxiety problems.
Yes, he does.
So I believe I'm dying on a frequent basis. So it's nothing new. But why don't you go ahead and launch us off, Chris? What's the first one on your list?
The first one I got here actually is we're going to talk about. Well, let's see. Actually going to save this one for later. I'm going to skip one here. I'm going to go to the super solar storms. Um,
Yes.
right now, there is a 12% chance that it could hit within this next decade, which, if you don't know what a decade is, that's in 10 years.
Yes. 10
So,
years, man.
10 years at a super solar storm, which is really frightening because we just found a hole in the sun twice the size of the Earth.
Yeah, you were telling me about that the other day. That is pretty freaky. I didn't want to look into it because I had enough stuff that I was freaking out about.
And a really weird thing, too, the last so called superstorm that actually hit the Earth was in 1859. It was called the Carrington event. Now, of course, there was no electronics, obviously, back in 1859, but there was reports of telegraph wires being burnt uh, from around the world, not just in certain
Yeah.
places, the United States, and also reports of actual people, operators, just with their papers, just literally catching on fire.
Wow. Now within our lifetime, you know that Colorado got hit by a solar storm that did knock out the power. It took them about a week and a half to get back in gear.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty. It's a scary thing, and again, this is stuff you just can't stop. And in this day and age, again, this was 1859, so you're looking at what, 120 years ago,
Yeah.
whatever. And it's now you're in the age of just nothing but technology.
Yeah, I mean, if a solar storm were to hit us, it would be lights out, literally. I mean, as far it wouldn't be a human extinction event, but it would be life as we know it event would be over. Your car wouldn't work, so they wouldn't have the equipment to fix the lines.
Yeah, how's your Prius now, huh?
Yeah, right.
Smart cars.
Which I'll lead into mine a little bit, and then we can go back and touch this. But at the same time, the Earth is potentially going through a pole reversal process. It should happen within our lifetime, so it could happen at any time. And what a pole reversal is, north is going to become south, and south is going to become north. The Earth's magnetic field and its core flips every about twice every million years, and it hasn't done it in 780,000 years. So now, if Chris's solar storm happens at the same time, you're talking
Global
no
flood.
you're talking no variation of the Earth's magnetic field to help keep the sun's radiation poisoning out and all that stuff. And it's going to be a full direct hit. Then it could become a life extinction event.
That's just basically saying God says I need to start over.
And he's like, "Fuck you, you're done."
Yeah.
That's my F word.
Yep, there's our one F word for the day. I've never got to say the F word yet.
Damn it. Well, go ahead and say one.
No, I'll save it for next time.
Okay. All right. I'll make sure I let you swear next time.
All right, thanks.
But yeah, so the last pole reversal happened 780,000 years ago. So it happens twice every million years. So we're talking two more are supposed to happen before the million year mark. It's happened. They've been able to date this all the way back to the beginning of time, to beginning of life creation, as far as they got fossils and stuff for.
Yeah.
So this is something that's going to happen. It will happen.
Um, Another big thing too is a lot of people don't think about it, and I know it's hit quite a few places. Um, but tsunamis.
Yeah,
Um, you don't see them so much here in the United States, but you see it a lot of
in the Asian
in
countries.
Asian countries and stuff. However, in the North Sea, over by uh, around the Norwegian coast or the British Isles and stuff,
Right.
around 6,000 years ago, there was different climate changes, like you were talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and a big, massive landslide and everything else caused a 60-foot tsunami to hit across the Shetlands, across the British Isles, and everything else. And 60 feet, if you don't know what that is, it's pretty big. It's pretty unheard of. The average, I think, average wave, I think, is about 12 to 15 feet.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that's like a surfer wave.
that's a big freaking wave.
Yeah,
I
so
said frick.
so imagine a 60-foot wave coming in, and it's just the ramifications of something hitting that a main land like that would just be just astronomical.
Yeah, it would devastate life in the UK for sure.
And not just that, it also devastates a lot of habitat, which devastates the ecosystem thing, and it brings on a lot of bacteria, which is another thing too, which it's bad.
Well, they'll just bring the animals back to life. It is a little off topic, but did you hear about what they're doing to the Siberian tiger?
No, I missed that one.
Okay, they figured out there's a I forget there's a big cat from the Africa region, Africa, Indonesia area that has gone extinct. It's the largest cat that has ever walked the earth. I forget the name of it, but they're taking the Siberian tiger and they're mixing it with DNA and growing their own. They're growing their own tigers to re-implement them back into wildlife.
I'm not gonna say anything, but that sounds like a making for a good movie.
Yeah, Jurassic something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they are. They're doing that. They said they're taking about 100 Siberian tigers and using them for breeding purposes to breed these out and supplementing because the Siberian tiger can live in hot climate as well as cold climate.
Yeah.
So that's pretty scary to me.
Yep.
I mean, like we need another big cat running around.
Don't
But
forget to spay or neuter your animals.
yes, spay or neuter your animals. Um, my next natural disaster, I'm sure you pretty much got it. We'll talk about mega volcanoes or
Oh yeah.
super volcanoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one I got, of course, is the fan favorite. You know the classic, not necessarily a fan favorite, but the classic Yellowstone caldera. It's in Wyoming. It's 34 miles by 45 miles long, and it erupted 2.1 million years ago and 1.3 million years ago and 640,000 million years ago. So technically, based on those statistics, we're due for an eruption within our lifetime. If it continues to follow the norm. Now, there's no indication that it is becoming active at this time, but if it did, it produced 2,500 times the amount of ash that Mount St. Helen did. And if you're not familiar with Mount St. Helens eruption, didn't it go all the way to Colorado?
It was
The
yeah.
ash in
It
Arizona, didn't
was
Arizona get some
it
too?
was 1 kilometer, which is roughly about 60 to 80 miles.
Oh, was it? Maybe
It
I'm.
wasn't that big, but
Oh, okay.
it blanketed pretty good.
I'm
But
mistaken.
I'll see your Yellowstone, Mike, and I'll raise you Lake Toba in Sumatra, Indonesia.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. That's pretty freaky too.
Yeah, this one actually. The last time this thing erupted was around 75,000 years ago, and it caused pretty much a mass extinction of what was of the life form that was around it. Where Mike talked about Yellowstone, when Yellowstone erupted, it was estimated around 600 square miles, as far as the
Right.
ash spread. Um, the Lake Toba in Sumatra is when it erupts, it erupted. It estimated around 1,800 square miles of ash, ejected ash. Um, so to yeah, it's just it's huge. Basically, this thing could cause a pretty much a winter ash thing, a
Yeah, a
winter
nuclear
storm,
winter,
nuclear, yeah, or volcanic winter they call it.
volcanic winter.
Now, here's the more scarier part about this whole thing, though. In May of 2015, which we're in 2017 now, so a year and a half ago, this thing actually started producing steam because, coming from the lake, a foul-smelling gas coming from the lake, and some locals even reported the ground being hot, which to me, I believe that's kind of becoming active.
Yeah, I mean that is pretty freaky to be an active super volcano. But like the Yellowstone one, it's scientists have predicted already. They've already done models that there's going to be around 90,000 deaths, and there's a 99% likelihood that there will be an eruption in the in our lifetime. Now that's lifetime people 30 years or younger.
Yeah, they that's which is still just as devastating. Um, the
I'm kind of glad I
this
live in Florida.
yeah, the Lake Toba though, it's the Sumatra that if this thing does erupt, it would actually cause the volcanic winter to last. They estimate about a decade. Which
Well,
again, if you don't know, that's 10 years.
it's long. You're talking no
That's
sunlight,
yes,
no power. You're talking bare essentials as far as no way to produce food. I mean,
and
you're,
we've talked about this before in our other podcast we did about the man-made disasters, how an ecosystem can affect things. And again, I apologize if you guys can't hear me. I'm trying to talk as loud as I can here. But if you, it's a domino effect. It's a chain reaction. If one thing happens, it's going to affect other things. People are going to flood the market in other places. You'll see a rash shortage of food. You'll see just different things like that. So there's really no best way to prepare for some of this stuff. It's just prepare the best way you can, I guess.
yeah. I mean, if if one of these volcanoes do go off, you're talking all your water is going to be murky gray water. It's going to be slush. I mean,
Yeah, it'll be contaminated.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
it's just there's nothing. I
and now,
mean,
don't get me wrong, it's not nuclear or anything else. It's not. I mean, you could. I'm sure you could filter it eventually and drink it, but it's just it'll be so. But like we were talking, like I was just saying though, the ecosystem, all the plant life, the animal life, everything else.
well, ash when it turns into gets mixed with water, almost turns into a concrete substance. So I mean, it's going to be hard to
Well, you
filter
think
that out.
Yellowstone up there in the mountains with all that's the runoff from all
Yeah,
the mountains and stuff like that. So that's a huge water supply too.
it is. I know. I mean, it's devastating. Um, the next one on our list, which one you got? What one do you want to do next?
I
Because we
was
have some of the same. So
well. The thing I got here, I think we'll save the other one, the one we got there for the last there.
okay, save that one for the last.
And the next thing I was talking about, I know we talked about man-made plagues, but I'm going to kind of go back into this. The man-made plagues is actually
It's
it's a
us.
it's us, but however, evolution always finds a way.
Hmm.
So you could create a man-made plague to people do it for whatever reason to either try and find a cure for something. I've seen people use, like we were talking about before, how people use bacteria to fight bacteria. You know, what were we talking about? Remember, we were talking about who comes up with this stuff. You know, I'm going to sit
Yeah,
in a.
yeah. Who's gonna stick salmonella into
Yeah,
cancer cells?
and the thing about it is when you start fooling around with stuff in its unnatural form, it evolves. It develops to where it's going to fight something. So, in essence, of us creating stuff, we're going to let evolution create something even worse. So, it's just basically, even though we're doing messing around with man-made stuff, it's still going to be, you know, unnatural.
Yeah, well, they say the thing that's going to be could be an in life extinction event as far as disease goes, and it's not man made, but it's a common flu.
Yeah.
Currently, the common flu kills 500,000 people worldwide.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. So you have a chance of dying. That's 500,000 people. Give you an example. The last time there was a flu epidemic was in the Spanish flu in 1918. I think we covered a little bit about this.
We did. You're right. I'm wrong.
Yes, yeah, I was going to say I was right. But it knocked out 40% of the Earth's population. I mean, so the flu has the ability. See, the flu is made, I believe it's got three parts to it. And don't ask me, I'm not a biologist, what the three parts are. But these three parts constantly change every year. It's only got three distinct features every year. That's why they have a yearly flu shot, is because the flu is never the same every year. It's always made up of different simulations of these three parts. And these three parts currently don't infect other animals, they only affect human beings, except for pigs, because pigs have an immune system like us.
Swine flu.
Yeah, and that's how we got the swine flu. That was a man-made thing, and I believe we even touched base on that.
Yes.
So,
Um, well, in 2011, there was a mutant strain of the H5N1 bird flu, where it basically raged in labs, tried to try antibodies for it and everything else. I don't remember when the bird flu come out here a few years ago.
mm-hmm.
They talked about it.
Oh yeah, we worked for Walmart. We had travel bans. We did. We got constant email updates every day about the bird flu and what areas of the country were banned to travel to.
This thing was so bad that the head of the Natural Science Advisory Board of Biosecurity, which the guy's name is Paul Keim, he said that the H5N1 is a very dangerous and scary pathogen. It doesn't even compare to anthrax. Which, if anybody knows about anthrax, it's anything that comes in contact with it. It's you have the possibility of pretty much dying, but there still is a possibility of getting it and washing it out and being cured. But this thing doesn't even compare to it. Something that's else is really scary on this too. In 2010, the word synthetic biology became existent.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, it's basically scientists took actual DNA from something and added it to a bacteria to create a new life form.
Right. And they speaking of new bacteria, the global warming, which is a man-made issue, but global warming has done something in 2003. It has melted new viruses in the North Pole area. New viruses have been unearthed that killed out our ancestors many years ago. These new viruses, which aren't man-made viruses, they're just there. They're they're starting to come out
This
more
is
and more with the melting of the earth.
this is some John Carpenter shit, man.
Yeah.
So I got to say shit.
Damn it. But the virus that scares me the most is actually the dengue virus. It was first appeared in 1950 in the Philippines and Thailand, and currently 50% of the Earth's population resides in areas with dengue fever. And
Right here in Florida,
yep, it
in my house.
it currently sickens 500 to 50 to 100 million, 50 to 100 million people each year. Now, it doesn't have a high mortality rate, but what it can do is cause dengue hemorrhagic fever. I don't know how to say that word. Hemorrhagic fever.
It's you're hemorrhaging,
Yeah,
bleeding.
basically you're bleeding from your orifices. And it has, once you contracted that, you have a 20% mortality rate. But as Chris was saying, as these viruses mutate and grow, naturally with us, this could become a more deadly virus. And with 50% of Earth already living in infected zones, I mean, this could be an end life for at least half of the life of Earth's population gone in a single month.
Basically, bottom line is people quit making shit. We got enough to worry about.
No kidding.
You guys, why are you trying to create stuff? That's what I don't get. I mean, we got enough to worry about around here with other diseases, and I'm fighting a common cold. I mean, it's like I don't need help.
You know, I didn't get sick all year, and if I get sick, I'm coming over here and sleeping on your couch and making you bring me soup and Theraflu, because my wife ain't gonna have me. She knows how big of a baby I am when I'm sick. It's like I am. Whenever I was telling you about the guy who said he had the man flu
Yeah.
or whatever, thought he was dying. That's me. I am one who thinks I'm dying when I'm sick. I can't do shit.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm kind of a big baby too. I get whiny.
Yeah, and Trent, if you're listening, play your Madden game.
Yes, Trent. People are waiting.
Yeah, not gonna mention my name, but I'm waiting. Sorry, that was that
A
was
little off
red.
subject, but he knows what he's talking about.
Do it, or we're coming.
So, how many you got left, man? I got one,
I got one.
and this is probably the biggest one because I think it's the most scariest one because there's absolutely nothing we can do about this one at all.
No, and it's an impact event basically.
Deep impact.
Yeah, deep impact. I should coin a move. Oh wait,
Never mind.
damn.
Um, Asteroids.
Yeah,
No, not the fun little '80s game.
and we're not talking the small ones. We're talking big ones, asteroids. We're not talking about little meteors, because those fly into Earth and they can cause some serious damage. But asteroids are what is the difference? I have it written down here. Uh,
Comets.
no, now I had the difference in size, but oh well.
Oh, asteroids.
Yeah.
Oh, um, I'll give you a little perspective, and I talked to you about this also about the meteor crater in Flagstaff in Arizona.
Yes.
Okay, that thing is over 200 feet in diameter, and I believe it's 60 feet in depth, which is pretty good size, right?
Yeah, it's huge.
That thing that hit that, impacted that, was the size of a basketball.
Wow. And asteroids, I did find it, are 20 meters in diameter, roughly 66 feet. So, I
So,
mean, they're huge.
um, NASA has claimed they've detected close to 97% of the planet killing asteroids that could possibly strike Earth. That's 97%. However, there's still that 3% that they missed.
I was going to say, didn't they just miss like two?
Yes, they did, as a matter of fact. However, they missed another one back in 2000. I have it written down here somewhere. I want to say 2015.
I think that's when you told me it was 2015.
They called it the Halloween asteroid that passed by Earth. Apparently, this thing was pretty good size. It was 6 to 7 miles wide,
Holy shit.
and they missed it.
Yeah, see, I don't understand. We got all this technology. We should have somebody manned 24/7 throughout the day. Multiple people looking at space, watching for this shit to happen because it's gonna happen.
Don't we have a giant ass telescope in Tucson?
Yeah.
So,
Called Hubble or something?
yeah,
Don't we have a giant ass telescope out in space?
yeah, I think so. And a space station
And a
apparently.
space station with people that can firsthand see this shit.
um, the Charles Bowden, which is the head of NASA, he has asked a question, asked to respond to a question, saying if a large asteroid were to say for head for New York City, uh, he 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 wanted they want to know his response of what it would be if someone found out a large asteroid was heading say for New York. His response was pretty simple: pray.
Hmm.
That's it. There's nothing you can do. We have even our nuclear arsenal or whatever is not enough to even damage some stuff that would come to it because the density, the makeup of an asteroid is so compact and so They have alloys and metals and stuff on those things
Yeah,
that we don't even know about.
yeah, they're mostly solid metal. So they're believed to be a good portion of iron, and iron is one of the strongest metals there is.
But you don't even know what kind of iron though. That thing's been
Yeah,
traveling through space through how many thousands of years? You
they
know what I'm
are
saying?
they are planning on sending people up into space to mine these things.
Well, you don't never
See
know.
that scares me too. If they do mine these, are they going to change its course and direction? And
Yeah, that's true.
but
Uh,
go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, I didn't know what I was going to say. Oh, okay. But a large meteor collision, they occur once every 20 million years since the beginning of Earth's dating system, since we've been able to date. So every 20 million years. And it's been roughly that since the last impact. So they're saying that this is another one of those life moments where this might happen in our lifetime.
So they're talking about the dinosaurs supposedly got
Yeah.
wiped out.
Yeah, the last one
Well,
was
I will also again put it in perspective for you too, Mike. The entire Cold War nuclear arsenal from the Cold War, the entire arsenal from every country, okay, would only amount to about 1 millionth of the power of an asteroid that caused the dinosaurs to wipe out.
yeah,
So
that's
that's to
crazy.
give you an idea.
Yeah, I'm scared. Now I'm gonna stay up tonight again, damn it.
You gonna go home and watch Deep Impact?
Yeah.
What's the one with Bruce Willis? The
Oh, Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Armageddon. I cried at the end of that movie.
I did too. Bruce, don't leave me. I would have left Ben Affleck there.
Yeah. But asteroids the size of 7 meters, which is what they depict as end life extinction size, enough to at least take out large portions of the life. They appear in our atmosphere once every 5 years. Once every 5 years, something large enough to destroy a large percentage of the population of Earth is in our atmosphere once every 5 years, and there's still 3% undocumented. That's kind of
Now
scary.
again, these are again. You said 7 meters, which I've got the miles. It's about 67 miles, but the ones they documented are they consider planet killing asteroids. So they're and that's within our solar system. So I mean, it's entirely possible. You cannot predict the trajectories of things. Stuff's spinning. Our universe is constantly spinning. Our solar system's constantly spinning. We're going around the sun. You could have an asteroid floating from one spot, another one floating from another spot, and collide and move something completely off trajectory.
Oh yeah, and I was wrong too about the asteroids are 20 meters or big. That is incorrect. I fact checked it myself and failed. I failed.
Failure.
Yeah, I don't know the difference. So actually comment if you find out the difference in size. I know there's a size difference between a meteor and an asteroid.
Uh,
Okay, it's 1 meter. There, I just fact checked myself again. 1 meter.
Actually, he just read his book finally.
Shut up. Don't make fun of the idiot. I'm not an idiot. Oh
Uh,
wait, I sounded like. Oh, never mind. I don't want to get into that.
um, Bottom line is, and I'm not trying to get all biblical or try to get all whatever anything on here, but just you know, do what you want to do, live how you want to live, enjoy what you can, enjoy your loved ones, because you never know if you're going to be here today or gone tomorrow.
Yeah,
This stuff we talk about here, we're not trying to frighten anybody or everything else. We try to keep our podcast as much lighthearted as we can, but there's stuff out here that things need to know, people need to know about things too. Stuff you don't really, know about or really pay attention. Personally, I try not to pay attention to stuff because it's going to happen. It's going to happen, but I do pay attention to it still, nonetheless.
yeah. So if you want to start hoarding, I suggest now.
Yeah.
Now would be a good time to start hoarding. And just to let you know that the moon is actually created by an impact on the Earth. I didn't even know that. That's good information right there. That's scary.
Science, bitches.
That's right. Science. But I think we ran our mouths long enough today.
I think we did too. I think it's food for thought. You guys think about it. If there's anything you want to know or talk about or whatever, let us know. What did we decide for next week? We're going to talk about some Star Wars next week, aren't we?
Yeah, we're gonna talk Star Wars.
We're going to talk Star Wars. We're gonna go back to the stars. And we're going to keep it lighthearted again. So we're going to get back to the real meat and veggies of our show.
And we're gonna have some fan theories for you. We're gonna get some geekiness going.
Yep, and I think we might have a few guests here too.
Yeah. I suppose I better bring some more chairs. Oh, you got 2 extra
I
chairs.
think I got 4 extra chairs.
I know you got a kitchen table. I just
do.
forget about that.
Yes, I do.
We got this nice fancy white table here.
Ooh, it's so pretty.
Which, if we get a camera, you'll be able to see us one day sitting
One
at
day.
our fancy white table,
One day.
macking out, holding hands. Actually, we don't hold hands.
He don't want to now, especially since I'm sick.
Yeah, I'd have to go home and scrub myself with bleach.
Yes.
But like us on Facebook, please. We've gotten two more likes this week, I believe.
Yes, we got another. Yeah. Yes, I saw one. I didn't see the other one.
Yeah, I think we got 2 more likes this week.
We're up to about 70 or so now, aren't we?
We got a couple. We're at 70. We got a couple followers from overseas on our Google Plus page.
We're worldwide.
Yeah, so Google Plus we're getting a following on. We don't have very much on Tumblr. We have a few, but if you want to follow us, we're on Tumblr, Mike and Chris Reloaded.
Instagram, Twitter, everything. We got our website, Mike and Chris Reloaded at Libsyn, LIBSYN.com. I remembered how to spell it right this week.
Yeah.
And
YouTube. Did we say YouTube?
We said Google Plus.
We did say Google Plus. It's the same damn thing.
Does that kind of count?
Yeah, they're linked. But follow us.
Yes, check us out. Check out all our old podcasts. We got some good stuff back there, and all the new and upcoming stuff. We got a bunch of stuff coming up this year, and we will see you soon.
Yeah, and don't forget to comment. I love comments.
Yes, he does.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.